अस्सलाम वालेकुम सामीन, आप सुन रहे हैं सलाम BCR। मैं आपका मेज़बान हक अनवर अल हक। 5:04 हो जाते हैं सलाम BCR के स्टूडियो से here in Greater Manchester, Bury, which is the center of the universe because we live here, that's what it is। जी आप हमारे सुन रहे हैं मीडियम वेव 1566 पर और इसके अलावा salambcr.com UK.com पर। जी thank you, Miss Bobby B. Thank you so much for your lovely input. First time today on our own.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Assalamu
Kids are learning, that's what it is, teaching kids.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah.
We have to empower our kids. Otherwise, they'll be like the people that came over to the UK in the 50s and the 60s, trying to just put together a living and get married and have kids.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah.
There's a bit more to life than that, as we've now found out with the world moving ahead, and all the Muslim countries just stood still, demonstrating. That's all that we're left to. Complain and complain and complain, never lead. It's about time that the Muslim Ummah took control of affairs and took control of their own destiny.
Cause I'm feeling spectacular. I love it when we love one another. Give thanks every day for this life, even with a smile on our face.
मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप लोग खैरियत से होंगे। Saturday afternoon 5:05।
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah.
It's wonderful to see so many people backing and turning out for the Free Palestine, Free Palestine, Free Palestine marches, demonstrations around the world. It's just like what it was when the Black Lives Matter demonstrations happened.
Alaikum, alaikum, yeah.
Has it stopped the people killing black people?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum.
Will these demonstrations around the world, make a difference? Will it give a better standard of life to the Palestinians? Give them freedom, free water,
I just want
electric, choice.
peace and all of my happiness, yeah, to everyone that I meet.
You know, we people seem to complain, and that's what I hear all the time. We haven't got this, we haven't got that, we haven't got our own free media. Well, when you have free media, you don't use it because you're too busy working.
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum.
And as that one of the rabbis, the Zionist rabbis, yesterday said, you know, they're going, you know, the non-Zionists, non-Jews, they're there to work and you to enjoy the cream of the crop. What did he call them? The goyim? That should tell you. And if you choose to ignore,
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum.
then don't be shy. Don't be complaining. Don't be complaining when the
Assalamu
S hits the fan.
alaikum, yeah. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum.
Choice, my brothers and sisters, is yours. The choice is yours. You can take control of your lives or you can let others control your lives.
I just wanna spread.
Anyway, I'm here with you, Haq Anwar al Haq, inshallah, on and off through till 9 o'clock this evening. If you've got something to say, you've been out on a demonstration today, give us a call on 0161 221 9872 and 07990264 It'd be really nice to see and hear your views. What has been happening while you've been out there? What have you heard? What has interested you? Anything positive do you think has come out from the demonstrations?
Assalamu alaikum, alaikum, yeah.
I want to hear your views.
Alaikum, alaikum,
Do you think it'll actually make a difference to the people in Palestine, in Gaza? Because as far as I see, demonstrations are still going on and people are being killed, people are being injured, even after the so-called ceasefire. It's being reported that aid is being allowed in. That's a shameful word, allowed in. So that means that somebody is controlling. Somebody else has control. Somebody else decides. Somebody else determines what comes in, when it comes in. And supposedly for a free people, free nation. Is there freedom such for those people of Palestine? No, there isn't. But nevertheless, we'll continue complaining. शिकायत हम करते रहेंगे घर बैठ के सोशल मीडिया पे अपनों के साथ उठ के करेंगे कुछ नहीं. That's very sad. अगर आपने कोई कलाम सुनना हो हमारे साथ शामिल हो. वो नंबर 01612219872 और व्हाट्सएप 07990264 आप हमें सुनते हैं मीडियम वेव 1566 पर. बोल्टन, ब्लैकबर्न, रॉचडेल, ओल्डहम, स्टॉकपोर्ट, चीडल, ओल्टिंगम, सेंट हेलेंस, लिवरपूल एंड यंग ब्रैडस्टन यानी कि पाकिस्तान, ब्रैडफोर्ड के इर्द गिर्द की वादियों में. मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप लोग कहीं भी हैं, सफ़र में हैं, काम पे हैं, घर में हैं, मेरे साथ रहेंगे. मेरे लिए आपकी अल्फाज, आपकी राय, आपके ख्यालात बड़े मानी रखते हैं. इसलिए आपको भी चाहिए कि फ़ोन उठाएं, नंबर मिलाएं, अपने इजहार ख्याल करें कि ज़िंदगी उसी तरह गुजर रही है जैसे आप चाहते हैं या कि कुछ तब्दीली होनी चाहिए. 4,200 न्यू केसेस इन इंडिया कोविड. Deaths, that is deaths in the last 24 hours. 4,200. आप बताइए, आप उन लोगों को, उन मासूमों को बताइए जिनके घर के खानदान के लोग मर गए इस गवर्नमेंट की लापरवाही से. No oxygen. Shameful for a democracy, one of the world's largest democracies. Friends of the West. And the politicians continue to lie on behalf of that government. They put Pakistan on the red list first, and then each and every one of the ministers giving varying reports, figures that don't match, excuses, trying to cover up their failings, their prejudice against Pakistan. When are you gonna people wake up and see and reflect that there is a racist war against you, and you're expecting the mainstream media, they will give you first choice, they'll speak in favor of you? Are you kidding me? जी, आप सुन रहे हैं सलाम BCR विद मी हक अनवर हक, और आप हमें सुन भी सकते हैं, देख भी सकते हैं सलाम BCR यूट्यूब चैनल पर. कहीं भी हैं आप हमें अभी सुन सकते हैं, लेकिन अब जब भी चीज़ चाहें इसको रिवाइंड करके बार बार देखिए. हमारे भाई ने एक ने कंप्लेन किया कि वो कहते हैं कि आप मोहम्मद रफ़ी के गाने क्यों नहीं लगाते, यानी कि इस्लामी कलाम क्यों नहीं लगाते. मैं इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करूँगा कि आपकी ये शिकवा दूर करने की। आपको कोई ख़ास उनका कलाम सुनना है, इस्लामिया का कलाम, तो फ़ोन कीजिए, नंबर मिलाइए, फ़ोन उठाइए, अपना दे दिए कि आपको कौन सा कलाम सुनना है। सुनते रहिए सलाम BCR।
आज रंग है हे माँ रंग
घबराता हूँ
जब कभी तलखी हालात से घबराता हूँ
उनकी आवाज़ ये आती है कि मैं आता हूँ मैं तो ऐसो रंगे महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे धीरे ज़माने में चारी जानिब निगार यकता तुम्ही को देखा
ज़माने में चार जानिब निगार यकता तुम्हीं को देखा
हसीन देखे जमील देखे वलेक तुम सा तुम्ही को देखा
हसीन देखे जमील देखे भले तुम सा तुम्हीं को देखा
किसी में है कोई खुशनुमाई किसी में है कोई दिलरुबाई मगर आशा पे किबरियाई सनम सरापा तुम्ही को देता मैं तो ऐसो रंगे और
महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे और
तकदीर मोहब्बत भी कहाँ जाके लड़ी है
तकदीर मोहब्बत भी कहाँ जाके लड़ी है
मैं पुरऐब हूँ बंदा मैं पुरऐब हूँ बंदा कहाँ जाके लड़ी है मैं तो
ऐसो रंगे और महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे महबूबे इलाही मैं तो ऐसो रंगे
गोरी सोवे से
हाँ जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, अस्सलाम वालेकुम पीपल। आप लिसन टू सलाम BCR और मी हक अनवर हक और 5:22 हियर इन ग्रेटर मैनचेस्टर बरी। मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप लोग सब खैरियत से होंगे। अल्लाह आपको अपने हिफ्ज़ व अमान में रखे। जी सुनिए कि pilots angry because pilots angry and bombing towers because they couldn't stop the the handmade rockets being fired from Palestine back to the dushman. Ji, that's how it is. And in frustration, in venting their anger, they bombed whatever they could, regardless, indiscriminately. That is the frustration felt by the people, bloodthirsty people out there to kill innocent young kids. That is the frustration. Demonstrations are being held across the globe, but especially in the UK, where there are known to be industry experts, industries making drones and the likes, weapons, supplying for the killing of the people in Palestine. That's what it is, killing of people in Palestine. UK, America, and other countries, Western countries, governments are complicit in supplying them weapons, knowing exactly what they were for. You see, it's an industry, my dear brothers and sisters. It's an industry. And industries, wheels within wheels, and this industry must, industries are normally set up to for profit. Industries are normally set up for profit, and this is a very profitable industry. And it kind of reminds me of what I'm thinking is, when there are certain games nowadays, you see And in real life, games where people actually go out hunting in the jungles. They go out hunting in the jungles. They will send out the prey first and let them have a bit of a run. There's movies on this. You'll have seen them. The bloodthirsty. They're like hounds, and this reminds me of more like people who are junkies and addicts. They start off with minor addictions, and then those minor addictions, because of their lack of their control over self-discipline and their own desires, you see, they then these addictions get more and more to the point where they cannot, they need something more severe, something more stronger, and then I'm sure many people from the Indian subcontinent will have heard that people actually sometimes, they keep snakes, venomous snakes. Their addiction has gone so out of control that they will keep snakes and then get them to bite them, because the poison in their bodies, the venom in their bodies is so much from the drugs that they've used previously that normal drugs just don't work. I think there's a song to that as well, if I'm not mistaken. Drugs don't work. And so what they do is they then keep these, that's the suppose, a normal person, a venomous snake, it'll kill the person, if not on the spot, very soon afterwards. But, these people keep them snakes, and because their body is so full of poison inside, and that they will keep these pets, snakes as pets, and whenever they need a release and a kick, then they will get these snakes to bite them and get their buzz from that snake bite. Yeah, and that's what it is. So these people here, I'm trying to just compare, what's happening. It reminds me of that, when people are out there, they need to go to the extreme to get their kicks, and in all kinds of even relationships, go to extremes. People go to extremes to get their kicks. Here we are, people. They go out in the jungle armed with ammunition, sometimes live ammunition. To supposedly, if it's a game, then it's not live ammunition, but paintball. Paintball is something similar, I think. Paintballing, yeah. You've seen these around countries, but here, then when you have people going out as live prey, and they are sent out, and they are given a head start, and then people go out with live ammunition to see who wins who kills the prey. And it's to me, I could be wrong, but to me, this war, so-called, self-defense in Palestine, looks exactly the same, where these young innocent souls, children, women, old folk, helpless people, they are being thrown out of their house, they are being taunted, they are being provoked. And when they are provoked, naturally, anybody that has an ounce of dignity in them, they will, animals, animals, they fight back, they bark at you, they do whatever is within their control to protect their own life or their own offsprings. And here we have these people, these so-called pilots, trained pilots with the best of weaponry that money can buy and humans can produce. They are sending it across there. They're doing two things. They're playing a game. They're playing a game of real, going out and hunting the innocent Muslims that are caged in Palestine, in Gaza, yeah, that are caged, because that's what they are. They have nowhere to go. They, now, as we know, the foreign governments, the the Muslim governments, they are waiting to get permission They're waiting to get permission from UN, right, so that they can go and deliver stuff. Okay? And when they wanted to go and protect the people, they were waiting for permission like helpless. They're helpless. My dear brothers and sisters, they're helpless. They have no jurisdiction. They can't just pick up and go and defend like the Zionist settlers who the government supports, who the local Israeli government supports, because that serves their benefit. It's always also deception in the form of a ploy where people by design set up these kind of issues to protect their own standing. Governments, especially governments, will break out wars. They'll do whatever to survive and keep their seat of power. And that's what it seems like here. We're going to take a quick break. Inshallah, we'll be back after this. Please stay tuned, wherever you are. If you have any comments, if you want to share any of your thoughts, then please do so on 07990 264 144 and 01612219872, project29.org.uk or salambcr.com. आप सुन रहे हैं Salam BCR coming to you live from the heart of the universe, which is in Greater Manchester, Bury. Stay tuned.
अब आपको महीने भर की शॉपिंग के लिए इधर उधर जाने की जरूरत नहीं।
जी हाँ, अब कीजिए घर भर की शॉपिंग एक ही छत तले।
खरीदारी का बासहूलत और मुनफरिद अंदाज। कश्मीर सुपर स्टोर बैरी,
जहाँ आपको मिले ताज़ा फल और सब्जियाँ, तमाम मसाला जार, फ्रेश मीट, पोल्ट्री आइटम्स, इसके अलावा आटा, नीट एंड क्लीन दालें, चावल और बहुत कुछ।
मयार का इत्मीनान और सबसे बढ़कर मुनासिब दाम। कश्मीर सुपर स्टोर बैरी,
134 Rochdale Road, Bury, BL97 BD. For contact 0161 797 0550.
Salam BCR, medium wave 1566 and online. Your home of entertainment. Broadcasting across Greater Manchester and beyond. Check our website, project29.org.uk.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो सलाम BCR मीडियम वेव 1566। मैं हूं फरीद अहमद, आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर होता हूं हर सोमवार की शाम 7 से 9 बजे तक। सुनते रहिए रेडियो सलाम BCR।
Salam, salam, salam. Our radio, your radio, community radio. Tune in, medium wave 1566.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं जान रेम्बो और आप मेरी आवाज़ इस वक्त जिस रेडियो स्टेशन पर सुन रहे हैं उसका नाम है सलाम PCR। सलाम PCR की तमाम टीम को और तमाम सुनने वालों को मेरा प्यार भरा सलाम। तो सुनते रहिए सलाम PCR।
सामीन, आपको इस्लाम BCR के स्टूडियो से खुशामदीद कहती हूँ। मेरा नाम शाजिया है। मेरा और आपका साथ रहेगा हर जुमेरात को 6 से 9 बजे तक और हर जुमातुल मुबारक को 2 से 5 बजे तक इंशाअल्लाह मैं आपके साथ रहूँगी। उम्मीद है कि आप हमारे रेडियो की नशरियात को सुनकर हमारी हौसला अफजाई करेंगे। हमारे साथ रहिए और सुनते रहिए इस्लाम BCR।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मैं हूं नसीम मिर्गी। सलाम BCR, इसमें आपकी मनपसंद के गाने, आपके मनपसंद के प्रोग्राम और आपके मनपसंद के फनकार आपको सुनने के लिए मिलेंगे। जुड़ जाइए रेडियो सलाम BCR के साथ।
Signs you like by Signs of Berry. Any sign, big or small. Outdoor shop signage, our specialty. Spray paint overs. Internal signage fit outs, not a problem. Over 20 years experience fitting across the UK. Fast, efficient service, our promise. Contact Sultan on 07973794012.
Want to be on radio? Then log into our website www.project29.org.uk and email me Aiden for more details.
जी हाँ सामाइन, अस्सलाम वालेकुम and welcome back. You're listening to Salam BCR with me Marc Anwar और आपको बताता चलूँ कि it is reported वल्लाहु आलम कि it'll cost over $100 million to rebuild the structure that has been destroyed in 11 days. 11 days. You see, I told you, it's a game. It's a game. It's a game, not a monopoly game, but it's a real hunting game. I don't know what do they call it, the hunt or something like that, where they go and kill, right, for their pleasure. But here, what they're doing, they're actually killing, and they're demolishing where the people live, so they don't have those that survive their evil attacks. They don't have a safe haven. They don't have something, a roof over their head. They don't have cooking facilities. They have nothing that hides them from the elements out in the open. You see, so people they won't have time to, for the next few months, year or two, they won't have time to think for anything else but to just get themselves back together again, and then Allah knows best only what will be the outcome after that. You see, there needs to be a change, my dear brothers and sisters. There needs to be a change. There needs to be a change, and somebody to held account. Somebody held to account, and the governments that are supporting these terrorist associations by guilty by association. Yeah, governments that are guilty by association and supporting this terrorist organization. You see, 248 Palestinians murdered. 248 Palestinians murdered, 66 of which were children. Yeah, in consideration of 12 on the other side. 12 on the other side, 2 were children. So 66 to 2, 248, 4 times. Look at that. 40 times, yeah? 40. 40 times, or more than 40 times. Yeah, there we are. That's what it is. Allahu Akbar. No, 24. Oh, 248, 248, 248, 248. Yeah, 248 people murdered, okay? And there are governments who are supplying these extremely dangerous, accurate weapons to this terrorist state and allowing them to play the game. But there's a bigger game, my dear brothers and sisters. There's a bigger game in being played here, and that is Allah's game. There's Allah's plan also. Don't ever forget that. There's Allah's plan, and this plan will, at the end of the day, be the one that will be the one victor. But at this moment in time, we need to stand by the Palestinian people, the innocent people being murdered, in cold blood. Because it is in cold blood. Because when they don't have any arms, to defend themselves with. The children, little children in their diapers, they're standing there with, mashallah, look at that jazba, look at their resilience, okay, standing with a stone in one hand and his milk bottle in the other. Subhanallah. That is a jazba of a ghazi or a shuhada. Apne Kamar Javed bhai, thank you so much for your message, mera bhai. Salam back to you. May Allah have bring you peace as well. May Allah give you peace, and may Allah protect you from all evil. And he says salam to all. So your salam, my dear brother, is passed to everybody. Jazakallah. Hamid bhai, sorry yaar, I missed your call early on. I wonder if you were, call me back, because I want to know what happened at the meeting today. Was there a demonstration? There was a demonstration. How did that go? There was another demonstration, because mashallah, people are turning out, and that's absolutely fantastic. People are turning out to these demonstrations and making their voices felt. But it's a case of, will any of these voices, be heard in the urchins of power, in the corridors of power? Will they be heard? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Ji, Hamid bhai, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Yeah, now you see, this mera bhai is a very clear voice that I'm hearing, and none of that. Hamid bhai, speak up. Hamid bhai, speak up. I'm not having to say that. See, this is my roving reporter now improving his delivery and to the listeners.
We have new communication tools, sir.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. But I hope you use them correctly, mera bhai.
Yes, we are indeed, sir.
Have you been given training on that, Hami?
Yes, sir.
Did you study the manual properly, mera pyara?
मैनुअल की है भाई, टच करना बटन ना फेस आईडी दस तो
ਦੇਖਿਆ
ਉੱਤੇ
ਨਾ
ਖੁੱਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ।
ਦੇਖਿਆ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ। ਅੱਛਾ, so did you were you at the demonstration today?
I went on the demonstration. It was highly organized. सारी जो Knowsley Street जो half sea that was cornered off, and near the town hall clock, everybody was gathered there.
Okay, कितने लोग
And
थे?
it was organized by Unison
कितने लोग
and
थे?
War Coalition.
कितने लोग?
I would estimate over 150 to 200. I would
Excellent, excellent. Very good, very good. Any
say. It
prominent
was
speakers?
जी
Any
जी
prominent speakers from?
well I saw क्या कहते हैं, उर्दू में बोलो, इंग्लिश में फाइन है,
तू
चलता
ਜਿਹੜੀ
रहेगा।
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਬੋਲ,
Okay.
doesn't matter।
नहीं, उसमें बहुत अच्छे हमारे काउंसलर आए हुए थे
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ
लेबर
ਬੋਲ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ
पार्टी
ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ
के।
ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਜਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ
अपना
ਬੋਲਿਆ ਕਰੋ।
वाजिद साहब आए हुए थे,
हामी
अपना
भाई,
लॉर्ड वाजिद।
हामी भाई
जी
ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਕਰੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਕਰੋ।
ठीक है जी, पंजाबी बोलना। मैं क्या, लॉर्ड वाजिद भी आया है ऐसे।
लॉर्ड वाजिद कौन हैगा? आई डोंट
लॉर्ड वाजिद कोई नया लॉर्ड है,
किथों?
सिट्स इन द हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड, आई थिंक हडर्सफील्ड और whatever, somewhere place like that।
अच्छा
हाँ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਮੈਂ,
हाँ
ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਰੈਫਰੈਂਸ ਟੂ ਇਸਲਾਮ BCR ਕਿ
जी
ਮੈਂ ਕਵਰ ਉਧਰੋਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਸਲਾਮ BCR,
जी
ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਲਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਮਾਜ਼ਰਤ ਮੰਗ ਲਈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਜਾਣਾ ਸੀ ਕਿਧਰ।
हला ठीक
अगर टाइम देंगे तो मैं इंशाल्लाह put him on the air. I would have done that.
चलो you did what was within your capacity and he did what was he was
मैंने उनका
ordered to
नंबर
do।
ले लिया था,
जी
फोन नंबर। उन्होंने कहा था जी मैं आपके पास तावन कर, मैं ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਫਿਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ इंशाल्लाह।
हाँ क्योंकि ਤਾਵਨ ਜਦੋਂ ਤਾਵਨ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਨਾ, ਤਾਵਨ ਤੋਂ ਮੁਰਾਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਪੈਸੇ ਖਰਚ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕੀ ਇਮਦਾਦ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਮਦਾਦ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ?
ਇਮਦਾਦ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ।
ਜੀ
ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ I'm sorry कि I have to report this to you because you're a lord in labor lord हो, और आप जो पार्टी लाइन जो फॉलो आप कर रहे हैं कि आपको कहा गया कि मुंह चुप रखें और पार्टी लाइन फॉलो करें। मैंने कहा is that fact on this, is that really? मैंने कहा this is what some of the council told me here, right? Okay, they are told that we have to follow the party line.
yeah
ठीक है, तो कहता no, there should be no party line on this, it's directly Palestinian way and we should speak out on that.
okay excellent
ठीक है
जी
ठीक है।
जी
तो मैंने कहा फिर I am reporting back to you, you need to know because people have said that to me। कहना मैं इसके बारे ना बात करूंगा। फिर उस तो बाद ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਫਿਰ ਸਪੀਚਾਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਦੂਸਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ, ਸਭ ਦੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ। तो फिर उसके बाद थोड़ा जा
what was the public reaction? What was the public
Hassan was
reaction
very
to
good. She spoke very well, very adequately, and her speech was brilliant. Then we had bit of argy-bargy,
like
you
what
know. तो उधरों कोई अपना because I have to report this because I am the reporter for Islam BCR,
अच्छा
and people should know. And while the councillor Tariq Tamoor was speaking, he was heckled beforehand when he got to the rostrum.
he's also the labor the deputy labor leader, isn't he? The deputy labor leader.
He is a deputy leader. As he got to the rostrum, he was cheered and booed.
Why?
Meaning, I don't know what politics are going on there or whatever, but Salim Ahmed reiterated that we're not here for politician, we're here for Palestine. Okay? If you have grievances or issues with each other, please take them out of this arena. So Tariq was actually, I must say, he looked ill, but he did very well with his speech. Right? After the speech, there was some heckling again. Nearly people were shouting at each other face to face, very close to each other. And
well, I think
very
people are
bad
angry. How many people
to
are
see
angry?
that.
There are certain documents flying around, and that's all I can say. Flying around because we don't know where they're coming from, but they've been flying around now for time, And
Well, as a reporter, I believe
listen to
that
me.
I'm a reporter. I am a reporter for this channel.
Hello. We
But
Hami, we asked Mr. Tamur for his comments regarding this, and we haven't had any taken up. He said this is, I'll have to say this because he promised that he would come back the following day, and as yet we haven't heard anything.
But can I just say, I just spoke to Tariq Saab, and I said to him, if this is incorrect, you as a leader of the council,
no,
as a
deputy leader,
have a right to find out where it actually come from. What source did it come from? Deputy leader, yeah, deputy. Who has done that? I mean, people forward things, don't they, right? Yeah. Okay, you can forward it, I forward it, but the source, who was it? Yeah, and you should go to the police and tell them. Am I right or wrong?
Are you saying to me or to him?
To him, I've said.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's up to them. My job is done. I asked the question, and he nodded, and that's it. But having said that, the things were very peaceful. There was lots of Jewish speakers too. There were 2 Jewish speakers who spoke out at the rally, and people were saying not in our name. And
I think it's very important. It's very important that we highlight. It's very important we highlight that this. It's not the Jewish people that are the problem is against. It's the Zionist regime and the government of the time in Israel that is the problem. It is not the Jewish people per se as a whole.
No,
there is a problem with
people. That's what reiterated quite lots of time there. That is nothing to do with Jewish people. Is we live side by side with Jewish people here. It's to do with the Jewish state who are actually oppressing these people. The ceasefire was done yesterday, wasn't it? Right? Yeah. Okay. And then Jummah prayers were happening in Al-Aqsa Mosque, and suddenly Jewish, what they call it, police and forces attacked people while they were saying their salah and throwing tear bombs for no reason.
Well, that just goes to show that this peace is very fragile, and I think that there is now an urgent need for the people of Palestine, the Muslim people, to feel safe in their own houses, in their own streets, and that there must be international peacekeeping forces sent in to Israel so that they can defend and look out after the welfare of the Palestinian people, just like the people who are coming in, influx of Zionist people coming in from the rest of the world, who are coming in and taking over properties, and then they are defended by and protected by the local forces, army, and the police. They're given that protection while they go and raid people's properties. Hami,
absolutely.
Why is there not
one of the speaker and who was there highlighted that Jordan and Egypt are the true enemy of Palestine too, meaning they are given loads of money, to make sure those borders are sealed and contain people like cattle in that strip in Gaza and other side of it.
Well,
What's happening?
Are those countries short of money? Is that what you're saying? They've sold their souls to the devil?
That's it. That's exactly what it is. They're getting arms too from United States and United Kingdom in order. It's not a peacekeeping role they're doing. They're just being there to make sure that they don't get out of order. How can a Palestine state can exist? This is what I said to one guy. How can it exist? How can it exist without, food and water for them to grow themselves? Have their own aeroplanes coming in. They have their own army, yeah. And yet, now they want to talk to Hamas. Now, have you heard now that Joe Biden is saying, let's talk to Hamas about it. Let's talk about 2-state solution. We do need two-state solution, but we need two-state solution for the 1948 border because they cannot go on forever like this.
Well, there are people who say they, I mean, and on the Israeli side, who say they need to demolish Masjid al-Aqsa, so they can build their temple, and that is the ultimate goal. That is the end goal, is to build their the third temple, which has been knocked down twice by various authorities, governments, and people of the time, and that is their end goal. That is the end
Rabbi,
goal.
I said to some Jewish people over there and few others, counterpart, white people I know there, host community, I should say. I was speaking to them and said, do you know what? If Pakistan and Iran and other countries start giving Palestinian the weapons, there will be an upcry. There will be section on those people. Why are you giving them? I said, because if you can give Israel a Jewish state, yeah, a real Jewish state, arms, why can't we give arms to our Muslim state, our Muslim brothers and sisters, to make sure they're defended equally? How can they defend themselves? These rocket launchers, or whatever, they are shut down for a bit. They're claiming, each side is claiming, there's nothing to claim, there's nothing to, what do you call it, celebrate about. There's no celebration. This is humiliation of, it's not just Islam. You're seeing it, humiliation of Islam at the moment. And our so-called leaders, and I said this while I was there, I said, don't do this on my name. Where are the councillors? The councillors were there. I wanted them to sign a pledge, say declaration from local authority, a statement from local authority. They're not going to make a local authority statement. I've said to you, suddenly I had a call from one of my, what they call a councillor in Bury here, because I spoke what I said to one of the leaders. I said, this is what you do. You come for your vote and you shut up, and that's it. There you go. And he phoned me up today. He said, oh, I'm very much interested to come to your radio, yeah, and talk about the issues, whatever you want to ask me the question on. I said, yeah, would you like to come into the, arena to do it there at our studio? Oh, no, I will do it from home.
The Guardian reports that Mr. Afzal Khan, a member of Parliament from Manchester, and Alex Sobel, also a Jewish, apparently this gentleman is a Jewish member of Parliament, and they're saying, don't let Middle East violence fuel hatred on the streets of Britain. Well, I don't think there is violence on the streets of Britain. Is there violence on the streets of Britain?
Shame on them for making comments like that.
Well,
There's
there
no
you are.
violence in
Well, yeah,
Britain.
but these people,
Are expressing today at Cheetham Hill, there was a big protest by bicycles. People, Asian guys, were on bicycle shouting "Free Palestine."
Well, there you are.
Right?
You see, when people who are fair-minded people, honest, peace-loving people, doesn't matter which community they come from, Hami, we mustn't paint everybody with the same brush. People from all walks of life, people from all religions, people from all communities, people from all communities. They have a right, and they're now seeing, that there is injustice and the atrocities being committed by the sitting Israeli government on the helpless people of Palestine, and they're Muslim people, and it seems to be that the number one reason for their being victimized is because they're Muslims, and that is the difference. And there is a hatred. The Islamophobia is very prominent in every aspects of society. Some covertly, some they're in the open arena if you look for it.
So how can they make a statement like that? This is a gutter politics. How can you stand there and say we're making a statement together, join? There's nothing like that in the street. I'll be honest with you, the Jewish people there in Cheetham Hill and everywhere, Freshfield, why do you have to have so much security? Why? There's nobody of myself or my kids or yourself and Rabbi are going to go and target those people. But there's
Well,
no
no,
need for
those
it.
innocent people.
Because
They're
these are
living.
our community people.
They,
They are our brothers and sisters. We live together. We're not going to go out there and harm anybody.
that would be very
We're not
un-Islam. That would
geared
be
up to
very
harm anybody.
un-Islamic. That would be
That
very
is
un-Islamic.
nonsense.
That'd be very un-Islamic to do something like that. You know, people who are innocent people. You know, you fight a war with the people that is your enemy that comes in front of you. You know, that's what you do. And if people, you know, if there's a media war, then you fight the media war, just as the other
No,
person
but
does.
Yallah, how can you bomb people from above? Yeah, and those innocent people are told to get out. Okay, you gave them a few hours or whatever, window of opportunity. But when your bomb is in a strip like that, where people are built up together, houses are actually virtually touching each other. Do you know you're not going to get fatality? You killed 248 people, innocent people, innocent people. They have life ahead. And when you show the other side of the story, BBC was showing something on last night. लोगों के घर दिखा रहे थे. Then suddenly ITV was showing, oh, look what happened to this Jewish lady. Her things have been knocked up. Everything is gone. But same on the other side. People are losing too. We feel sorry for both of them. But this is gutter politics. They should have made a statement when things were happening to say denounce violence. They should have stood up, because the reason they don't stand up, because it is in their interest to keep their mouth shut on these things.
Excellent. I mean, I've got to close this thing now, my dear friend. Thank you so much. You've been a reporter on the road, and you've explained exactly how it was. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Merabai. We're going to take a break now, people. Jazakallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum. जी तो ये हमारे हामी भाई, and I want to thank him for turning out there today, and as he always does at places where there's things happening which are of interest to the community, and for the interest of the community he turns up and tries to do his very best. He's not a trained reporter. He's just like you and me, trying to do his little bit. That's what it is. Everybody is trying to do their little bit. So inshallah, we should support our colleagues who are trying to show it as it is, rather than giving comments to the media, to which appeases the media, and then they can stand up and say, well, actually I said this at the time. They need to sign. For me, there's one simple thing. All the politicians in this country, they should be asked to sign a charter which gives human rights, equal rights to the Palestinians, when in fact they were the people of the land in the first place, and now they're the one that are asking. It's like you have a home, you're thrown out of the house, and then you're having to ask and beg and fight for your right. Okay, fight for your right. Why are these people having to do that? They are as human as any person, and these people should be given the right, the protection to live peacefully in houses that belong to them for years. Okay, so this is hypocrisy in the extreme, and this must be outed. And anybody that is a peace-loving and right-minded human being, anybody that is a right-minded human being, and there are many. There are only few people who have this villainy in them, and they come out and they spoil the peace for everybody. So these people this should be now a call for this. I'm calling for this, that there should be a charter signed by all the politicians, and first and foremost by the councillors and the members of parliament who are of Muslim religion, faith. They should be the first one out there to say, and there are so many lawyers from the Muslim communities who should be helping to draw up this charter, that it stands for the rights of the Palestinians, and it should be signed by anybody, and especially from those Muslim communities that want their support, to say that they will stand equally side by side for the rights of the Palestinian people in Palestine to self-govern, to self-control, to have all the amenities that any other free, peace-loving nation wants. And that's all they want. They want to have equality, equal life. They want to have the opportunities that their neighbors have. Why don't they? Because they don't consider them as humans, and those in power, in order to keep their seats, in order to keep their power, they are doing this, and they are inflaming, they're throwing gas and oil over the burning situation already, and that should be put down in the very extreme. Inshallah, we're going to take a break now. People will be back at 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock, inshallah. I hope you'll stay tuned. Until then, inshallah, take care. Allah Hafiz. And Asr Namaz will be today at 6:36, inshallah. Ji, take care. Assalamu alaikum. We'll be back at 7, and then I'll be able to take your comments and your thoughts, requests. That's how it is. You're listening to Salam BCR, coming to you live from the heart of the universe, which is in Greater Manchester, Bury. Stay tuned, and we'll be playing some qawwalis for you, some nasheeds for you, inshallah. But until then, here's